Hello, and welcome to the video. Today I'll show you just a couple of meshes. Nothing fancy. In this video, we have updated hair mesh for Senpai. I mean the love interest of Yandere-chan, not our dear developer of the decade, Alex. I will also show you the mesh of the new nurse from Vaporwave mode. Let's get down to business. Here it is, the star of the video. Take a look at its smoothness and style. The strands of hair have volume, they are not just flat one-sided polygons. Look at all that fine detail. By the way, I also have mesh for another Senpai. I found it interesting, let's take a look at it too. The thing you may notice is that these two meshes, which were added very recently into the project, have very different modeling styles. The new hair for modern Senpai is sleek and sharp. The hair for old Senpai is more lumpy and old school. Let's take a look at the original Senpai hair for a complete comparison. These three meshes have quite different stylizations. You may be curious, how complex are these meshes in comparison to each other? I'll show you. This time I will be measuring in vertices, since it's the most accurate data. Original Senpai, 962 vertices. Pretty lightweight for a hairpiece. Updated Senpai, 867 vertices. It's even lighter but has much more detail and style to it. Who would have thought? Vaporwave Senpai, 694 vertices. It's light as a feather. Time to turn on the textures. Interesting note, the Senpai's hair is simply called Male Hair 0. It was pretty difficult to find a hair model associated with this character since the naming of the model has no association with him. You may wonder why are Senpai's hair gray? That's because he's customizable. The color of his hair can be changed, so to optimize this part Alex uses black and white texture. Here it is. You also may wonder how does this texture change color? That's pretty easy. The material can be tinted with color. I can show you. That's the beauty of black and white textures for color customization. Now, Alex just needs to update the rest of the hair you can apply to Senpai, including the mustache and beard. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to show about Senpai's hair. Let's move on to Vaporwave Nurse. Don't mind the file name. Here she is. Take a look at the mesh topology. Interestingly, the jewelry is not a row of flat polygons with opacity material. It's all 3D. Not even Lady Dimitrescu had her jewelry chain modeled like that. Some people have noticed the character has a lot of clipping going on in the game. I'll explain why this happens. Pretty much all the characters in the game have pretty tight clothing, except skirts, which are animated very simply. Because of that, Alex had no need to implement extensive cloth physics into the game. Now that he implemented character with loose clothing, in this case coat, he has a character that needs to be customized further, but he has no resources for that. So without any means to simulate clothes collision, he has a character whose mesh clips through. Another thing I should note, the coat is bound to the skeleton in a pretty crude way without adjusting the weights. That's why it's not just arms that clip through, but also thighs and butt. You may wonder how can this be fixed? Well, I would make this character with a special skeleton with bones in the loose parts of the clothes and animate the coat manually. It would still be rough, but that seems to be the most realistic for the Yandere Simulator. Let's see how complex a jewelry mesh is. 2,781 vertices. Just in case you were curious. Another interesting fact about the mesh is that it has no back, but it has a bottom and panties. That's it for this video. I hope it satisfied your curiosity. Thank you for watching.